Hello and welcome to the Mastin Kipp Podcast. I'm your host, Mastin Kipp, and I am the creator of functional life coaching, where we discover the root cause emotional blocks that are holding you back from success. And I'm also the creator of trauma hacking, helping you turning your nervous system into your ally, and the best-selling author of the book Claim Your Power, and also a trauma survivor advocate. And this podcast is from my heart to yours. I'm going to share with you all kinds of different things, different coaching experiences that I've had with people, different parts of my life, maybe an excerpt from a seminar, different interviews with friends and thought leaders, all about how to get unstuck, how to hack your nervous system, how to turn your nervous system into your ally and really get the edge so that you can really live your dreams, live your purpose, and most importantly, pay it forward. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. One favor I have for you is this. If you love this podcast, remember to subscribe to it. And if you feel called, please feel free to leave a review, because reviews really matter, helps us spread the word, and helps other people really discover this podcast. So if this was valuable to you, please feel free to leave a review and subscribe to the podcast. And if there's anything in this episode or any episode that really strikes you as an aha moment, shoot us an email to hello@mastinkipp.com. Tell us which episode it was and about what time the breakthrough was in the episode, so that we can really know, because I'd love to hear from you what your aha moments are. I love hearing that, and my team loves hearing that too. So without any further ado, please enjoy this episode of the Mastin Kipp Podcast.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thanks. One of my ahas was basically the last call on Thursday night when you were talking to, and how you spoke about forgiving someone.
Yes.
And I thought I had done that basically some point in the past, but I really hadn't, and I was holding on to a lot of stuff, especially some people at work, like my boss and some other people, because I'm really pissed off at work. That's been a thing lately. So that was the most recent one that kind of got me thinking.
Or what did you do?
Excuse me?
You forgave somebody?
Basically, yeah. I'm trying to just get past it with my boss, not trying to focus on hating her, whatever.
Sounds like you're doing a good job with it.
Yeah, I'm trying. No.
You're not. It sounds like the aha moment is, I actually can hate my boss.
Yeah, basically.
Most people quit their bosses.
Yeah.
So, your boss, what are you going to do about it?
Well, basically, for some time now, I want to leave that job and go do something else.
All right, so a little bit of coaching on this, okay?
Yeah,
so
sure.
I can sit here and just try to make peace with my boss, which is not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen. Or you can say, I'm using this intense negative association with my boss, and I'm going to thank her for being a catalyst for me to start my own business, or to quit and go to where I want to go and to grow, because this is an emotional experience that's creating so much pressure that I have to move. And it's probably been there for a while.
Oh, yeah. For a long time.
To boil over.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can be peaceful, and you can probably have a heart-to-heart with her and get to a place where there's a level of civility. But probably this is an opportunity for you to make a move.
Yeah.
So what
I do want to do that. I basically want her to fire me, because that's how I'm going to get my severance pay. That's how it works here in Greece. I don't get it if I quit.
How much pay is it?
Oh, it's about 30-something thousand euro, about 33,000, and I'm hoping that'll be.
And what would you do with money?
Well, that's part of again, why I came to Claim Your Power, so I could work it out in my head, because I do have the fear, anxiety of leaving something that's so certain.
You have a fear and anxiety. Working it out in your head is never going to work. You got to feel into it, man.
Yeah.
So what's your gut instinct on what you would do?
Well, I want to start something of my own business. As you can see, there's
I dreamed about it, thought about it.
What would it be? A lot of guitars behind me. I'd like to try to do something in music, or with the whole guitar thing that I really like doing. Not that I'm the greatest guitar. Excuse me?
Like teach people how to play guitar?
Yeah, that too, yeah. Or open up like a store and sell guitars, or I don't know.
Or both?
Stuff like that.
I think it's probably easier to teach people how to play guitar to get started because you just do lessons over the internet and there's no like overhead.
Yeah, true.
Something like that would be amazing. And how should I put this? How certain are you that she's going to fire you?
Well, that's part of the whole thing. I wanted to talk to her and ask her if she can do it. Basically, I don't really want to be someone who's going to go into work and like cause trouble or whatever. That's not really who I am. I'd rather just like tell her flat out, like, can you please just fire me and
go do it.
Okay.
Why don't you do that on Monday?
I wanted to know. I wanted to go to a lawyer first, and I called up my lawyer, but she hasn't gotten back to me.
How long ago was that?
That was about 2 weeks ago now.
You like that she hasn't gotten back to you?
Well, yeah, in a way. Yeah, again, there's the certainty of like having a job, and then there's the uncertainty and like walking into that.
That's right. So here's the bottom line. Whenever anyone's in a position like this, right? So the position is this. I'm in a place I don't want to be. There's a place I do want to be, but the place that I am is still kind of comfortable. So I'm kind of okay being there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what you have to do is end the delusion that you'll do it one day and everything will be nice and comfortable and this perfect transition. And you got to put a fork in the ground and say, you know what? I'm actually going to burn the boats here. That's the goal, right? So it means like, and to be honest, like your purpose and your business and whatever's next for you is probably worth way more than 30,000 euros. Like you're selling your soul for 30,000 euros. Like that's not really a good idea.
Uh-huh.
Right? And one of my teachers and a good friend of mine, Kaylin Mace, has a whole body of work on archetypes. And she's 4 archetypes she talks about called survival archetypes. Okay. And one of them, this sounds like a bad word, but it's not a bad word. So hear me out. One of the archetypes she talks about is called a prostitute. Okay. Now the prostitute archetype is, what is your soul worth? What is your purpose worth? What is your, mission on this planet worth? What is your creativity worth? Sounds like yours is worth about 30,000 euros. I bet if it was 20,000, you'd probably still stay. If it was 10,000, you'd probably still stay. You'd probably stay for 5,000. So it's probably worth a lot less than that to you right now. So this is an opportunity from an archetypal perspective. Archetypes are just universal energy patterns that we all recognize and understand, like the old wise mentor, like Obi-Wan Kenobi or Dumbledore or, whoever, right? So the prostitute is something that we can all get an image of and an understanding of what it is. And this is someone who trades something sacred for something that is not sacred. That's kind of the idea of what the prostitute archetype stands for. So essentially, you're prostituting your soul for severance. And that's not something I would recommend doing. Now, if there's a smart, strategic way for you to exit quickly and get your severance package, I would recommend doing that. But I would recommend having a very short window on that because the frustration and the anger and the lack of expression that you're experiencing is far more costly than 30,000 euros.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because on Friday I was like, something happened at work and I just got like totally out of control. I had to like walk away and like then come back like after like 10 minutes. Everyone was looking for me and I was just walking around the building.
Sure.
So yeah.
Here's the thing. You get to your deathbed, you would gladly give 80,000 euros, 1,000,000 euros, all the euros for one more shot of an unlived life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like what we're doing is we're getting out ahead of you and saying like, look, like you can change now or you can change later. Most people, like the average person, just waits for things to kind of get to a point where they have to change or they just settle, right? My clients don't settle. What we do is we get proactive and we initiate change. That requires a lot more courage, but the results are way greater. And the problem with this advice for you is that I'm asking you to believe in a future you haven't ever experienced yet. So it seems almost impossible. But if I were you, I would go in, I would say, look, I would talk to the lawyer like ASAP, and I would get the advice, and I would go and have the conversation. If it doesn't work well, I would literally create an exit plan. And by when? Here's my notice. I'm leaving in 2 months or a month or 3 months or whatever it is. Here's my plan to replace myself. I'll train somebody, and really take care of them. So you're the best employee to ever quit ever. Right. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be scared. Okay. Which is good. And that fear is what will get you off your butt and into action. That's exactly what we want. That's not a survival pattern. That's a survival instinct. Makes sense? Right? So now, most people just wait for life to do that for them, and it takes a decade or 10, right? Or 3 or 4 lifetimes. So what we're saying is let's just skip all that wasted time, because how much is a year worth or a decade? Way more than 30,000 euros. Right? You can get money back. You cannot get time back.
Yeah.
Right? So my question is, when are you going to make the change? Not wait around for it.
Well, I need to call up the lawyer again tomorrow and get it done as soon as possible. As soon as you.
So if I win, let me just tell you something. Who's your favorite guitar player?
Joe Satriani.
Okay, I don't know who that is. What band is Joe in?
No, he's played with. He's basically a solo artist. He's also played with Sammy Hagar, recently.
Oh yeah, okay. Can you give me maybe a more pop culture reference? Maybe Sammy Hagar, or I don't know, Van Halen or something.
Or Van Halen.
You like Van Halen?
Yeah.
Okay, talk about Van Halen, right? How did Van Halen become Van Halen? He did not. Here's what he didn't do. Okay, he did not think about his career and think to himself, maybe I should get on that guitar thing one day. Maybe I should practice and just see what happens. Right? There was a level of dedication and commitment. Could you imagine someone the coach of someone who's going to win the World Series being all right, guys, so today we'll just practice and see what happens. And, whatever bass you feel like playing, just go play that position. Right? That's not how you get excellent results. You want a better result. You want the better result without changing your behavior. And that's insanity because it's never going to work. To get the better result, you have to change the behavior, not anybody else. And you got to do it with a deadline. Otherwise, you're sort of a wandering generality. At some point, maybe I'll get around to it later, and then next thing you know, 10 years have gone by.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to go from being a wandering generality into what's called a meaningful specific. Right? I'm making a specific deadline at a specific time with a specific meaning, which is, thank you, boss, for being the catalyst to get me off my ass. Thank you for being the catalyst to get me into my purpose. And I'm going to do it Friday at noon.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll kind of sort of get to it, right? General wanderingness, lack of specifics, maybe trying. These are the words of somebody who will never do it.
Yeah.
Someone who's going to do it is you know what? I'm doing this on Friday at noon, whether I have my lawyer's advice or not, because I can't take it anymore. And I'm going to stop waiting for the world to do for me what I should do for myself. How's that resonate for you or not?
Well, again, the anxiety kicks in, but I know that you're right. I mean, I'm not trying to be a pain, but, again,
that you're going to change your life and earn a living doing what you love and not have anxiety is the problem here. Okay, you are going to feel anxious either way. You're either going to have the anxiety of the life you could have lived, or you're going to have the anxiety of creating the life that you want to live, which seems scarier in the moment, but later it's way better.
Yeah.
Right? So it's you're going to be anxious either way, so pick your anxiety. The idea that I shouldn't be anxious is, I don't know, maybe that's something that a shrink told you once. I don't know. Right? But it's not reality for sure. You have this group, you have all the Kundalini yoga, you have the support. But what you got to do is recognize, I got to earn it, and I've been resting on my laurels, and I've been sitting here waiting for the life to do for me what I should do for myself. That's why I'm anxious. And actually, if I take this action, I'm not going to be anxious. I'm going to be excited. The only difference between anxiety and excitement, they're both fear. Anxiety is fear with negative anticipation. Excitement is fear with positive anticipation. So the only reason you would have anxiety is if you thought, well, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to die.
Yeah, that also comes. I mean, I had that like thought where I was trying to coach myself, and I was thinking like, what am I really afraid of? And it was like, well, losing my job, then not finding anything, not making enough money, losing my house, whatever, and then I die.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Join the human race. Right?
Yeah.
Not a good enough reason not to take action. And the truth is, you can do it or not. If you don't, it's just going to continue to build the pressure, and something's going to pop at some point.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just skip all that and design it by Friday noon. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
How easy it was. So agreeable. Let's give him a round of applause, you guys.